Guys, have you ever been grappling with someone and they've got this jiu-jitsu posture in their takedowns? You're trying to go for takedowns, you're shooting, but they're keeping their butt this far back. If that's happened to you and you're angry about it, I've got a takedown for you. This is my lovely assistant, Mr. Adam Wilson. All right, guys, so this video comes to you as a request from Michael Shuka, who in one of my videos, he saw me do an inside trip. He wanted to see the video, and I wanted to show you guys, this is one of my favorite takedowns in jiu-jitsu because of the fact that a lot of jiu-jitsu guys have a posture that's really tough to use when you're wrestling because they go in and they do this. They have their butt back. A lot of times they're pulling guard and things like that. Or you see this a lot of times where you see guys where they don't even go for really good takedowns and they'll kind of like drop, and then he'll drop, and then we'll just go back and forth. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this thing up with an arm drag, and we're going to do an inside trip, and it's going to sort of bypass that. Now, you could do this with someone that has a better wrestling posture too, but I really like it for people that have that back end jiu-jitsu crap posture for takedowns. Okay, so let's check it out. First things first. We don't want to, so let's talk about this first. My stance, I'm going to be right foot forward. I'm a righty. So with the right foot forward, I want to get control of his left arm. Okay, so if you were opposite, you would need to get opposite. But I need to have control of that left arm here. So I am not going to let him get this collar grip. So if we're locked up in the gi, and I'll show you how to do it no gi in just a minute, I'm going to intercept that grip, and I want to get this here. From here, you can do a couple different things. And if you guys have a shameless plug, if you have my Wrestling for Jiu-Jitsu series, I show a couple different grips with this and a couple different grips that you can use. But what we're going to do is we're going to be locked up in here. I'll use a collar grip for right now. So I've got a wrist and a collar grip. Now what I'm going to do is if his hips are back, I'm going to pass the arm off right here and then pull. Now what that's going to do is get that foot to come forward, right? And then at the same time, I'm going to press off of this leg and drop and go in. Now let's break this down a little bit for you so you can see how this takedown works, all right? I'll give you a couple angles. So from here, we're in position. If he was going to grab my collar, boom, intercept the grip, get my collar grip here. He's still got his butt back posture. Again, I'm right foot forward. I'm going to pull in, do my arm drag with my right foot, or with my right hand. From here, I'm going to press off of my foot, and I'm going to drop. And what I want to do is I want to fall right here, okay? I want to be able to catch his ankle. As soon as my knee hits the ground, my hand will flare out to the hip. This is super important. If I don't do this, we're going to be in a pickle at the bottom. I'll show you what I mean in a second. From here, I drive down, and his leg is essentially locked. And then I want to cover and get high up on him. If I take him down, come on up for me here, Adam. If I take him down and I do not get my hand on the hip, he can immediately re-drag me right off here, and he'll have a great situation where he's already got a hook in. So it's going to be bad for me. And when you do this, you do it all in one motion. And if you guys want to see this move in action, go back and watch any of my jiu-jitsu competitions in the last 5 years. You'll probably see this used at least once in every single one of those, okay? So again, a lot of times, like when I'm setting this up, a lot of times people grab with their lead foot, or usually just opposite here. So what I'm gonna do is right here, he grabs, boom, lock it up in here. From here, pull, and step at the same time. And that's what you wanna try to do. You wanna time it so that you're hitting it at the very same time. Now, let's take a look at what this will look like in no-gi. Ready, Adam? All right, so we're here in the position. So same thing, we're in our basic wrestling stance, and you'll see this a lot too in competitions with no-gi. You'll see that hip back posture where guys really aren't going for takedowns. If you watch wrestlers are leaning forward because they're ready to go. They're trying to aggressively shoot, right? But if someone's like this, it means typically they're not really too excited to engage. And again, this creates problems because one, it makes it harder to go for the takedowns. It's just like on the ground. If you have a guy who's not really actively passing, who just sits back like this, it can be tough to sweep them. A lot of times the opportunities come when people are engaging. So we get here, same thing. A lot of times people will try to get a collar tie. If they're here like this, I like to work on the inside and then slide it down here and get on this wrist here. I can do the same thing though too, whereas if he tries to go in on a collar tie, I can literally swipe and get the grip here. Like some Mr. Miyagi stuff, some wax on stuff. From here, it's the same idea. Arm drag, get your hips back for me. We'll make it like really exaggerated. So from here, he's way far out, too far to shoot. But if I get this arm drag and punch through right there, cover and shoot. One more time. We'll do it from the back side this time. So we're here, get in position, and again, arm drag, pull, shoot. and drop. So Mike, that is the takedown that I used in that particular video that you were asking about. And again, I like it both when people are engaging with takedowns in jiu-jitsu, but one of the big problems that I see a lot of people have is where they encounter these types of people, and it's a great takedown for that. So I wanted to show the technique with that in mind. So that is how to do the arm drag to the inside trip, at least the way that I set it up. Again, I have a lot of different setups I use with it, but that's just a basic one with the gi and with the collar grip and wrist in no gi. So there you go, guys. Hopefully that's helpful to you, Mike, and I'm finished. Adam?